नमस्ते बिटिया, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। Myself JVN Dr. Astha Sikarwar, Assistant Professor, Department of Organ of Medicine, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today's topic is from Robert's Philosophy, Analysis of the Case. In analysis of the case, the value of symptoms must be taken into consideration on several points. First, the personality. Next, the individuality of the patient must stand out preeminently in the picture. This can be illustrated by likening the whole symptomology to a complete picture of the whole individual, a whole personality. This embraces not only his physical characteristics but the expression of his mental and emotional characteristics as well. While the generals rank the highest in evaluating the case, and without generals we cannot accept to find the simillimum. The mental and the emotional characteristics have a high value since these are the true reflections of his personality, the man himself, because the subjective symptoms are the registration of his physical or other difficulties as expressed upon his own personality. These are also of great value. Objective symptoms, those that are seen by the careful observer, have more importance in child life than in adult life because through them we see the expression of the child disposition and desires. Now, in taking a case, we must take into consideration the nature of the disease and its peculiar types. As we know, we have two types of diseases mainly, acute and chronic diseases. तो केस टेकिंग और एनालिसिस के ड्यूरिंग हमें ये भी पता होना चाहिए कि हमारी किस टाइप की डिसीज है. There has been a great knowledge of disease attained from investigators from the earliest times. Methods have been improved whereby diagnostic symptoms have been correlated, and all praise is due to these investigators along this line. The only difficulty is that diseases have come to be treated by names of the diseases instead of by individual symptoms. The disease has been treated rather than the patient. It is only upon the totality of the symptom that we can base our prescription. So we require many individual symptoms as showing the characteristics and personality of the patient. So these diagnostic symptoms are of very little use to the homeopathic prescriber in selecting the remedy. होम्योपैथी में जो भी हमारे सिमिलमम निकल के आती है, जो भी हमारी टोटलिटी और जो भी हम ट्रीटमेंट का हमारा पाथ होता है, वो हमारा टोटलिटी की बेसिस पे होता है. हमारा प्रिस्क्रिप्शन भी टोटलिटी की पे होता है. इंडिविजुअल सिम्टम्स भी हम लोग लेते हैं, सब कुछ पूरा रेडी तैयार करते हैं. डायग्नोस्टिक सिम्टम्स की उतनी वैल्यू नहीं होती जितनी इंडिविजुअल सिम्टम्स की होती है, क्योंकि वो उसका इनर कंडीशन ऑफ द बॉडी पूरा बताता है. In fact, the simillimum is practically never found among the diagnostic symptoms. In considering the diagnostic symptoms in the selection of the remedy, its only practical value is in excluding those remedies from consideration which do not correspond to the genius of the disease but act chiefly on other parts of the organism. If we allow ourselves to become influenced by the diagnosis in making our remedy selection, we are very apt to become confused and fail to help our patient. Selection of the remedy on the basis of diagnosis may and probably will fail completely, क्योंकि हमारे में होम्योपैथी में हम डायग्नोसिस मतलब जो डिसीज होती है उसके नाम से नहीं चलते हैं हमारे में. जैसे लिवर कंप्लेंट का कोई भी पेशेंट है तो हम उसकी जो लिवर कंप्लेंट की जो डिसीज का नाम है उसके हिसाब से नहीं चलेंगे. हमारे पास एक डिसीज के दो तरह के पेशेंट आ सकते हैं, क्योंकि हम लोग सिम्टम्स पे प्रिस्क्राइबिंग करते हैं. सिम्टम्स हमारी टोटलिटी बनाता है, उसकी बेसिस पे हम लोग सिमिलम निकालते हैं. The symptoms of location frequently furnish quite characteristic symptoms, and they deserve particular attention since every remedy acts more and more decidedly on certain parts of the organism. These symptoms all have their bearing and should be considered as to location, and they are particularly valuable to us as pertaining to localization in the right or left side of the body or of certain organs of the body. They are particularly valuable in noticing the location as in the base or apex or middle lobe of the lung. They are particularly to be noticed as to direction on which side the trouble starts and in which direction the symptom moves and where they localize, as for instance throat troubles going from left side to the right side or right to the left or continuous alteration of sides. क्योंकि हमारे में अल्टरनेशन ऑफ साइड्स में कभी कभार जो पेन है को लेफ्ट से राइट जा रहा है उसकी दवा अलग होगी और लेफ्ट टू राइट जा रहा है तो उसकी दवा अलग होगी, तो हमारे में लोकेशन, उसका सेंसेशन, उसका जो भी सब कुछ है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो पर्टिकुलर सिम्टम्स हमारे लिए बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. द चीफ एम ऑफ द होम्योपैथिक फिजिशियन कंसिस्ट इन asserting the remedy that most completely and fully covers each individual case, in other words the totality of the symptoms. It is in this relationship that we must gain knowledge of the concomitant symptoms if we would prescribe homeopathically. In drawing the picture, we must present the rare, the striking, the peculiar symptom which present themselves not out of keeping but associated with the other symptom which form a background upon which the peculiar, rare, and characteristic symptoms must be presented as determining the individuality, the personality of the man from whom we are prescribing. It is almost impossible to name all the peculiarities in all the cases that we might find, but there are certain ones that stand out. First of all, those symptoms that are common and found in almost all diseases may be left out of our count unless they manifest themselves in a striking manner. The same may be true of those ailments and symptoms that usually appear in the disease under consideration unless they would be distinguished by some rare peculiarity and this way offer something particularly characteristic like thrustless fever or chill we desire to uncover. On the other hand, all the attendant symptoms should be carefully noted. First, those symptoms which rarely appear in connection with the leading disease and therefore are found rarely among the provings. Second, those which belong to another sphere of disease than the principal ailment. Third, those which have more or less characteristic signs of the medicine even though they have not before been noticed in the present relationship of diagnostic group. A peculiar and unusual deduction from these concomitant symptoms is that they often illumine remedies that have never been thought of before in this relationship to the individual case and therefore broaden our vision and concepts of the law of similars. In analyzing the case, very valuable symptoms are those pertaining to the aggravations and ameliorations. क्या होते हैं ये modalities जो कि बहुत जरूरी हैं because the aggravation and ameliorations are the natural modifiers of the disease states and are the definite reaction of the man himself. While we cannot hope to cure a patient without strong general symptoms, yet conditions of aggravation and amelioration may in themselves become generals if they appertain in the same way to several parts of the body. They then become conditions of the man as a whole or general symptoms, even though they seemingly express themselves in local parts. The contradictory symptoms have an importance because they may rule out many of the remedies that otherwise might be considered in connection with an individual case. Contradictory symptoms may have a strong bearing in choosing the remedy from the standpoint of being themselves a symptom, just as a paucity of symptoms may be a symptom in itself, as has been brought in the provings of the so called do nothing remedies, which are often called for in profound states. The physician may have in his record page full of symptoms after the process of case taking, but that doesn't mean that the case is well taken and ready for selection of remedy. The physician should clarify or analysis the case record to differentiate the symptoms which are important for the selection of simillimum. He should differentiate the recorded symptoms into different groups in order to their importance. These symptoms should represent the patient are grouped to find the simillimum, the indicated remedy. This session powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention it in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.